What's going on, man?
I'm chilling, man. How you been?
Man, like I said, I can't complain, man. I've been blessed and lucky enough to move on out here to Florida. I bought my second home in Florida, so I'm enjoying this weather. But I see you in some good weather in Las Vegas, man.
Yeah. I'm actually back home now. Tank and then went down to Atlanta. I'm back home.
Okay. So, damn, you ain't even going to the fight?
I can. My brother fight the next day. The very next day, he fighting on that PBC card.
Wow. And that one is in, like, across the country, right? Is in
Yeah, it's in Minneapolis.
Yeah. Wow. Definitely brotherly love, because that's going to be a big one. Plus, I mean, don't you want to see firsthand I guess the performance that you helped them get to, right? You was one of the lead sparring partners, no?
Yeah. I mean, of course, I'd love to be there and see it all unfold, man. But we a team. We a team out here. I let Tank and Calvin know, and they understood.
For sure. So, Mike, man, why you been out the ring since that Santa Maria fight? No phone calls? What's going on?
Well, back in December, I fractured my wrist, and then I had to be out for that. I was actually getting ready for a fight, but I fractured my wrist, and then so I've been MIA since then.
So obviously, being in camp with Tank, your hand is back to 100%, or still nursing it?
No, it's back to 100%. I wouldn't have went if my hand was still busted. I wouldn't even went, but yeah, I'm definitely more than ready to fight again.
Yo, so I was watching, I don't know, I think it's episode 1 or 2 and the running scene, and then I seen you. And I'm like, oh, wait, that's Mike, man. And I'm like, that's actually great sparring. Like, that was, whose idea? Did you call them? Like, yo, I would be perfect, sparring to emulate Mario Barrios? Or did they think of that and contacted you?
Nah, they thought of it. They called. I was talking to Coach Calvin and Coach Kenny. They was sitting there. They watching some Barrios fights and everything. And then Kenny thought of me. He said, "Man," he said, Fox would be perfect for this. Fox would be perfect for this. And then Calvin like, "Man, you right, Kenny." And my dad and Calvin go way back. Like, if you ask Calvin, he'll always mention that my dad helped him get his team started, like back in the amateurs. We met in like Salisbury, Maryland, and he helped him get moved from like Baltimore, get his fighters down to fighting in like the DC, PG County type area, like. And since then, they've always kept in contact. We've all sparred in between then and now. And then he just called my dad. My dad called me on a Friday night. I was at like a little birthday dinner, and they said and they were just like, "Father, you want to go out to Vegas?" Calvin invited us to Vegas to spar Tank. I was like, "All right, bet." And before you know it, I was out there for about 3.5 weeks. We just putting in work. I sparred with him, trained alongside him, and it was just a great experience.
So was that the first time? Because you being in that DMV area, I'm assuming there's a possibility you might have got in the ring with him before, or was this your first time?
No, this was my first time. We as kids we sparred a lot, and then right as we were turning pro, he was already, I think he was 3 or 4 fights in. I was set to make my pro debut. That, like, back in 2014 was like the last. 2015 was like the last time we sparred. So coming to 2021, that was the first time in a long time we sparred. And I mean, I think we both progressed a lot since the last time we sparred. And I mean, even as kids, we fought 3 times in the amateurs, just on different shows, just in the Baltimore area and in my neck of the woods, near like PG County. So we know each other very well.
So kind of like some of the phrases boxers would say, like when Earl went to train with Floyd, they would be like, "Man, no one trains as hard as Floyd." Like, did you notice any differences in how you train? And I'm not saying negatively or positively, but any differences that you've seen in what you and your father and your brother do back home and what you and Tank did in Vegas?
It was slight differences just in like You know, the whole with Tank, the whole team's there. They kind of they like train. They all like everything. They might do everything in that day. Like they like we sparred some rounds. We did some bag rounds, and then on top of that, we finished off with like some conditioning and everything. So like
all in one day.
All basically almost all in one in one day in one like training session, and then even still, and then we might run in the morning. You know what I mean? Mine is a little more spread out. Where I go to I might run I'll pick where I run. I might run in the morning or run in the evening, but then on certain days I'll do strength and conditioning, and then but every day of course I'm doing my boxing training, but I do strength and conditioning 3 times a week. But the main focus is always going to be, perfecting the skill set. But I mean, as far as training camp, Calvin has the mindset he's trying to, he's kind of trying to, he says like, I'm trying to break you, Tank, I'm trying to break you, and every day you don't break, that's a good ass day in the gym. So so it becomes competitive from the coach's side and the fighter side, where we're kind of where the fighters are kind of battling the coaches to see if they're gonna run out of ideas, and the coaches are trying to see if the fighters are gonna run out of energy. So I enjoyed that. I'm training right alongside Tank. I'm helping to push Tank. Like, come on, Tank, we got this, bro. Like they ain't got nothing for us. They ain't got nothing we ain't seen before. You know what I'm saying? So I enjoyed sparring with them as well as just training alongside them.
Definitely. So how was it? I mean, you being that tall, did he find difficulty finding you?
Yeah, everybody does, but like, the thing about Tank that a lot of people don't know, and people don't know because of his knockout ability, his ability to knock people out. You don't often think about his how much he's actually in the ring thinking. He's a thinker, great counterpuncher. So as the sessions went on, I could see him making the adjustments. So as he made adjustments, and he would step it up. I would step it up and make my adjustments on the end. So the work was good. To the point that like certain days we did a certain amount of rounds, and where Tank might have had some difficulty, he might, let's get two more. And Coach Calvin appreciated me being out there because it pushed Tank. Tank wanted to do more. Tank wanted to be better. So and that was my whole purpose for being out there. But the sparring was definitely good on both sides. I'm watching for, even myself, I'm watching for that big left hand that everybody knows about. But so it challenged me to be more creative with my offense as well as my defense.
Did you notice him using the uppercut a lot, or working on the uppercut?
I can't divulge that kind of information, man.
That's right, Fox. I hear you, champ. I hear you. Now, I'm just saying, he caught Leo, who was taller than him, with it, and he caught Pedraza, who was taller, with it, and I'm just like, is that the game plan?
I mean...
Nah, but don't answer that, man. Don't answer that. So, how was it for you to hit him? Were you able to? I mean, and before you answer that, is this is Tank the highest level fighter you've sparred with?
With him and like Sean, I sparred Sean Porter too. I guess they're about the same level, right?
Okay, definitely. Sean is a dog. Damn, when you sparred Sean, what fight was that for?
He was getting ready for Earl Spence. He was in D.C. training with his father and Barry Hunter. And, Barry happened to mention me. Yeah, he's tall, he's southpaw. And at that time, I had just gotten world ranked. So, and this was good, too, because you see I got my glasses on and everything. People don't, I give you that Clark Kent effect. But,
Yeah.
Yeah, but he said So the next time they came in, we sparred. I remember his strength against coach Larry Wade. He was like watching me shadow box. I guess he was trying to look for something that would impress him or anything. But I had already peeked him out the corner of my eye. I'm like, just wait. I'm thinking in my head, just wait till tomorrow, coach. I'll see you tomorrow. And then we had 12. Sean did 12. I did like the first 4 rounds with him, so I got him at his freshest. And we just and we put a lot of work in. I think they appreciate the work. Like the next time I saw Kenny Porter, he walked over to me with his hand out, going to shake my hand and everything. So I think he appreciated the work a lot.
That's good, man. That's what's up. So obviously it's two different styles, even though it's almost similar. Like obviously Tank doesn't throw as many punches as Sean, but I want to say he's as strong or as aggressive. But you were in there with both. What do you think are the differences between the two?
I think Sean is physically stronger. Like he physically imposes just his body weight and everything up on you. But if we want to talk about who throws sharper punches that are more dangerous, it automatically goes to Tank Davis. Tank Davis is one of the biggest punchers in the game. I never really saw Sean Porter as a power puncher. He's a pressure fighter, and that's how he got a lot of his style. Just people just couldn't take no more. But Tank had that good old one-hitter quitter. So it forces you to be. It forced me to be sharper defensively. And sparring Sean. The thing is with both of those guys, the thing is they got different styles, but my stature and my frame is going to kind of always make it the same. Anybody that's short of me, what they got to do, they got to get in close. They got to get close, no matter who it is. But how they go about it is different. Like Sean, I think Sean knows he's strong, and so he'll get low and he presses in. Where Tank, he was doing a lot more slipping and actually trying to counter my long shots. If I overstepped, if I stepped in too far, I would be in risk of getting hit with a big counter. So the styles are different, but ultimately they got to get close to me. I can start my attack from further than they can start theirs.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think you can beat Mario Barrios?
Yeah, absolutely. Honestly, I tried to get a fight with Mario Barrios. I didn't I talked to my dad was talking to my promoter Marshall Kaufman. Marshall Kaufman was trying to talk to Al Heyman about possibly signing me or at least getting me on one of the cards. And they had said, man, we like the kid. But he's too tall. He said, man, we can't get nobody to agree to fight him. We don't think Barrios' team would even consider fighting him.
Damn. So that's unfortunate. Cause Luke fought you. I'm sure Paul Crow will fight you. Are you and Crow friends? Have y'all sparred? 47-pounder from Philly.
Yeah, we cool. Even like when I first saw he was fighting, he actually tagged me on Instagram. I'm like, okay, that's what's nice. Paul is another guy. Marshall tried to talk to his manager. His manager was like, nah, I'm not even gonna pitch that to him.
What?
These guys, man, look, that's the story. That's the story I got. I'm coming off a loss. You be the dude that I beat, but that lets me know that I'm still considered a danger. But I know that at least one of his coaches will probably tell him not to take that fight with me because one of his coaches fought my brother and he trained with us for one of his camps. So if I had to guess, he would say no as well as. So you got the manager saying no. You got one of your coaches that probably would say no. The other coach probably be like, yeah, we'll fight him. We ain't got no problem with that. We just beat the dude that beat him. But if everybody's not on the same page, that fight's not gonna come through, and it didn't.
So and look, man, somebody gonna hear this interview. I just want them to know you willing to fight Paul Crow, and you willing. Are you? What about Ennis? Is that too close to home? Are y'all friends?
No, we know. I think we both kind of know of each other. I met his father out in Connecticut. I was on I was on a card as a backup. That's what PBC is doing a lot of. But yeah, nah, we're not. I don't know. We're necessarily friends. We definitely. I mean, we cool. But I mean, if that's the fight that gets me to the next step, then definitely. You know, there's no money in fighting like safe fights and fighting people and fighting trash cans. I didn't make it. I didn't get this far doing that. I didn't stop. Like as soon as I started fighting 6 rounders, we started fighting guys with 500 records.
Has anyone ever heard you say you willing to fight Boots? Because honestly, like that's the secret in the industry that people turn down his offers. They can't get him opponents. I mean, have you expressed that to people that you're willing to fight him? And what about Virgil? Is another guy, Virgil Ortiz, who's difficult to get opponents. And I want to say sorry that I'm throwing all these welterweights at you. I know, you were a 140-pounder, but you did move up when you fought Luke. I don't know if you moved up for the opportunity or you just got big for the division, so you could answer that as well.
Well, truthfully, I got kind of big for the division. Like making 140 was getting a little bit too difficult, especially after the pandemic and everything. Where I don't know how it was with you all. Maryland got shut down hard, know. So
New Jersey was like
I couldn't
that
be in the
too.
gym where I wanted to.
New Jersey,
but
and
being at 147, like I would fight Virgil Ortiz as well. I was gonna take an offer to fight him. I took an offer to fight him. Somebody on this team said no. I don't. Like me personally, I don't think fighters don't duck fights. Fighters don't do that. But whoever they got money invested in them, they the ones that get the final say so. If they can get it, if they can tell them no without the fighter knowing about it, then then they will, and they'll say they're still as fighters to a promoter. We're an investment. So they're looking after their investments. I mean, being 6'4", being southpaw, I guess that's kind of like 2 strikes against me.
Wait, you 6'4"?
Yeah, you ain't know that?
Yeah, I mean, we met so many times, but I mean, I never I don't think I've ever. I always knew you was tall. I never boxed right there. I didn't know. Damn, 6'4"?
Yeah,
that is tall
6'4",
for 147.
My brother 6'5".
That is tall for 147. I got another name for you though, man, and he been out the ring for a while. This will actually be a good winnable fight for you. Josecito Lopez. They offered that. What do you think about that opportunity?
If they would have offered that fight, I would take that fight. It's not too many fights I won't take. I'm at a point now where, I lost the fight and then I fractured my wrist, and that kept me down. My whole focus this year is getting back fighting and getting back winning. Even people out there like, hey, what you playing? I'm playing a vacation, this and that. I'm like, man, my main goal is fighting. I ain't really think about anything until I get back in the ring. And it's not for lack of trying. I took some. I had to turn down some fights due to my hand being injured. But I mean, like I said, I'm ready to be back fighting. I'm 22-2. I still have a great record. So all it takes is for me to slide in and upset somebody.
Definitely. What do you think of the betting line for Tank and Barrios? Let me show you here. We got 26. Tank is a minus 400. Barrios a plus 300. So 4-1. Basically, you put 100 on Tank, you get 400 plus your 100 back. Does that sound right to you, or you think it's a little bit closer?
I mean, I think it's closer. To be honest, I'm not sure if anything 2-1 really. I don't know. But like this thing I know about this fight is that Tank. You can say what you want about who he's been in with, about him going up in weight, but Barrios hasn't been in as tough. I feel like Barrios has been in tough, but not as tough. Like Leo Santa Cruz, they say he was small, but Leo Santa Cruz is 3-4-time world champion. You got Pedraza who isn't who.
Pedraza's a 2-time champ.
Pedraza, the only people he's lost to is Lomachenko and Tank. He just looked great. And then you got you give some credit for Gamboa. Gamboa has been losing lately, but nobody but he was the first one that he was the first one that clipped him. That he looked, it wasn't his best performance, but he still got the job done as he always does. Barrios, he's been moved correctly, he's been moved well, he's been put in a great position. But what big names can you put on his resume?
Ryan Carl is probably the biggest name, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's the biggest name, and Ryan Carl already had like three losses. Ryan Cowboy Carl, and do you? I mean, so put it to you like this: do you think Ryan Carl could beat Jose Pedraza?
Hell no.
So if you can't, resume versus resume, whose resume do you think would win?
Oh,
Tank's,
absolutely,
right?
Tank. Absolutely, Tank. This is the
So
green print.
I think he's been in. I just think Tank has been in tougher, despite being in lower weight class. He's been in tougher, and now and this is. I mean, he's like I said, he's going up in weight. You gotta respect it. You gotta respect that weight jump, and you gotta respect the power that Barrios has. But Barrios, this is gonna be his first pay-per-view main event. It's gonna be and I mean, it's in Atlanta. That's kind of like a second home to Tank. Tank is like crossed over from like a boxing star to like a superstar. When you got you got other celebrities, you got rappers walking you out, you got them shouting you out in songs, you got Odell Beckham and people like that coming to your fights. He's a superstar, but that type of fanfare, you know, Barrios is gonna see it, and it's gonna be up to him to how he deals with it.
Talk about rising to that occasion. Another name, Rashidi Ellis. I'm pretty sure he is no longer with Golden Boy, free agent, welterweight. What do you think for you?
That's another fight I would take. It's not, like I said, it's not too many fights I won't take. Rashidi Ellis is a sharp dude, very fast, but I like my chance. I like my chance against a lot of people. You know, I come in there focused, fully healthy. You know, I can be a difficult fight for anybody.
For sure. Well, I don't want to take too much more of your time, man. I wanted to get a little bit of insight in the camp. Definitely know which way to lean now, betting wise. You think it's a stoppage, or does Barrios have any chance at making it 12 in your opinion? Shit, did he freeze on me? Oh, what the hell? Come on back, champ. Come on back. He must have got a call. I'm about to call you Barrios. Hey, Fox, what up? You gone? Shit. Alrighty then. Should we call him back? Should we bring him back? What do y'all think? Should we bring him back? Bring him back. Oh shit, Mario jumped on.
Bring him back.
Mario jumped on? What the hell?
Call me sleepy guy.
Damn, I think.
Yo, who did I just miss?
Michael Fox, who's the lead spotting partner for Gervonta Tank and Davis.
Oh man.
Yeah, man.
Oh man, what do you have to say? Who do I put my money on?
Basically, no chance for Tank. I mean, for Barrios, in his opinion.
No chance at all?
Mm-hmm. That's what I feel like he's basically saying. Oh, shit. Now the fucking Skype restarted on him. Where you at? They kicked me out.
But I ain't sparring with the man, so.
Yeah, man. But let's see here. We going out to J. Will in Ohio. You should lie low. Something like that. Oh, there he goes.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Yeah, we lost you for a bit. You there?
Yeah, you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. So I was just asking, like, do you think Barrios has it in him to last the 12 rounds?
Honestly, I think he does.
Oh,
but
wow.
I think, personally, I think it's going to be a late round stoppage. There's a good chance. I think that if he feels he's getting, if Virgil Hunter feels he's taking too much punishment, Virgil could very well stop it. I mean, the thing about it is, I tell you all the time, knockouts are a bit of a mercy. You know, nobody wants if you take 12 rounds of Tank's hardest shots, it could be dangerous to your career. Really, like it could shorten it. So it could. I'm going for like a late round stop at somewhere. I think like the 10th or 11th. I say the 10th.
Mike, man, well, give out your social media, man. I don't want to keep you too much longer, but, man, we appreciate you coming on short notice, man, and glad you could get in there with the champ and get that experience. And please, man, let us know as soon as you hear anything, and so we could get you back on the show, make an announcement of the possible fights, and hopefully, you know, the powers that be hear this interview and understand you ready for all them guys and you willing to accept offers with all them guys, man. Get you back in the ring.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Thanks for having me. Y'all can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Professor Mike, and just check me out on social media. You can see some of my adventures in Vegas, and then you might see and then check out. I'll make sure I check out All Access and tune in on Saturday.
For sure, man. Thank you so much. There you have it, Michael Fox, up and coming contender in the welterweight division.
Yo, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to hit the like, subscribe, and share. As always, if you want to support us to the next level, head over to the patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice. We have tons of exclusive from Border Wars, entitled betting shows. The list goes on and on and on. But in addition to that, if you guys have questions for fighters, trainers, and promoters, this is where you can submit them. We will run out, get these questions answered, and put it back on the show just for you guys. Appreciate it. Peace.